We're gonna sync up, okay? We're gonna count to 3 and then clap.
Okay.
One,
One,
two,
two,
3.
three.
Try it again.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Good shit. You're fine. I'm gonna leave this in. You don't. You don't understand.
Oh.
Okay. So welcome everybody to Big Thick Radio. Whatever we're calling it, for Thiccs and Giggles, I think.
Yeah, for Thiccs and Giggles.
You're here. Oh, my voice. You're here with my co-host, Payton the Thicc.
Yes. Thank you.
It is a compliment on this radio station, and no one will be shamed for their size.
Never.
And I'm the regular host. I'm host Noah Thicc, right?
Right.
We're gonna workshop our names every time. I think we're just gonna have a different name every single time we start.
Yes.
So me and Peyton know each other because we both go to a digital media technology class in our area, and we both sit next to each other. And I remember us just having conversations and her just laughing her ass off about it all the time.
Yep.
And
I'm
thinking
the
we should just
giggles
make
of
this a
this.
podcast. Yeah, she's the giggles. Although we're both thick, like she's the giggles, no doubt. So yeah, we just decided to make this podcast, and this whole podcast is just going to be about thick people, current world events. They don't always have to revolve around thick people, but they most likely will, because that's the whole idea. So we're not going to body shame here.
Nope.
We might promote it, might promote body shame. I don't know.
Who knows where this could take us? I mean, who knows what's gonna come up?
Exactly. You know what? Like, sometimes there's just not enough thick for every situation, so
Yep.
you just gotta make it up.
Yep.
And I don't know what I'm saying. So, Peyton, okay, so coronavirus, right? Let's just get this out of the way. Episode 1,
Yep.
so we don't have to talk about it ever again.
Sounds good to me.
So I was on a social distance visit with my dad the other day.
Mm-hmm.
He's still, my parents are divorced, so I see him. But we went to like the beach where like no one was, and he stood like 6 feet apart from me from all time. Social distance,
Right.
even with people you love, which is hard.
Mm-hmm.
But
Definitely.
he told me when he saw me, he told me that I was looking skinnier.
Oh.
And I honestly don't think he's wrong, because this whole thing I haven't really been eating that much. I know that I weigh a lot. Like I don't weigh, like, I'm not obese, right? And I'm not, I got some push to the cushion, there's no doubt. but I am skinnier because I don't mind sharing mine. You don't have to share yours. I'm like 5'10", and I was 210. 210 pounds, and I'm like 202 now.
Uh-huh.
So I lost
I've
8
definitely
pounds.
noticed I've lost some weight during this too. Well, me and my sister have been working out a lot, which
Yeah.
well,
that might be part of it.
yes.
But I just play
Definitely.
Skyrim to do nothing. So really, who's the real loser on that one? I think.
I'm not
What do you work
sure.
out as? What do you do?
What do I do for a workout?
Yeah,
Lift weights.
you trying to get your tries and buys up.
Definitely.
Definitely. Do you skip leg day?
No, definitely not.
I hate
you always
leg
have to
day.
do leg day.
I hate leg day. Are you kidding?
I
I-
hate ab workouts
I
the most.
remember doing P90X with
I
with
know
our
exactly
gym
what
class.
you're talking about.
Yeah, but like they weren't the worst. I think the worst was like running the mile every like other week. That was the worst.
Yes. Running, it's not my thing. I will walk and walk and walk, but not
It's
run.
not most thick people's thing, because for a skinny Chad to like be running up and down the track, it's whatever, because he's not lugging around an extra like 100 pounds on him.
Yup, he can do laps around me.
Yeah. and I'm bigger, so I intake more oxygen. I mean, like, yeah, think about that.
Yeah.
I can't remember how many times I always like moaned to my coach, like, yeah, I can't do this because of X. But like, that's just how it was. Because I was stupid, and I only had to take one sports class, but I took rec sports and rec weights to prove to myself that I could.
Uh-huh.
And that was probably when I was the most fit, was freshman year. But now I'm an 11th grader, technically a 12th grader, because of this whole corona thing.
Mhm.
Which brings me to my other point, is that you most likely will not be returning to class.
I will not, and I am very upset about that. I was having so much fun in digital media, and I want to stay, but now I'm just in
Yeah.
college.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yes.
On the right side, you don't have to finish the rest of the work of the year like we do. Or do you?
I do, yeah.
You
I
do?
still have
Wow,
to.
you don't even get like a certificate though, because you're not even like a full second year, right?
Well, I don't know what I get.
I think you get the experience, and that's it. And you get a pat
Yeah.
on the back. So good job.
I was here for a year.
Because you were in nursing, and then you switched to digital media.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. Yes, that's true.
I definitely
Yeah.
like digital media more. No offense to nursing, they are wonderful.
Well, that's what everyone says, is like they like digital media more, but in reality, like, I think you're gonna have a better stable chance of getting a job if you go into nursing, which I feel like a lot of people have that mindset. And then when they're in
Yes.
nursing, they're like, man, this sucks.
Mhm.
Or maybe it doesn't suck. And maybe, it's not even the program. Maybe it's just people around them, or maybe they just aren't interested.
I think it's very stressful, especially in times like this. And
You know?
the program itself I really enjoyed. I really liked the people. I had so much fun, and I just did shadowing, so I really enjoyed that part. But the like getting into an internship, the second part of the second year is when I really noticed that, yeah, this is not for me. The working with people and just the healthcare in itself. So I was glad I switched to digital media. I definitely like it more. I definitely have more fun.
I forget what part of nursing you were in. Were you like general nurse, where like you had to wash people and stuff?
No, that was the CNA class. I had
Okay.
friends in there, but I was just in the exploratory class, so I just got to shadow places in the hospital. So that's why I thought I liked it so much, because I just had fun shadowing.
See, I would think the different. I would think that you were like washing old people, and you were just thinking to yourself, what would be really fun right now if I was messing around in Photoshop in a classroom and getting a certificate for it. Because that's what
I
I did. I mean, like, even think about it. Like, I didn't even know what I wanted to go into. I just figured digital media. They got Canons. They have Photoshop. They have so many like $1,000 worth of equipment. If I want to
yes.
find something in the field that I like, this is the class to go. Not coding, not IT. Like, because you
Mhm.
can do that at home.
Well, being honest, I didn't even know what digital media was last year before I got
Yeah.
in here. And I just remember I had my internship. I was in the EMT internship, and that went downhill really quickly.
Right.
And then I went to a nursing, like just an office, and I talked to my teacher, and I was like, I really can't do this, you know. And they're like, well, you're in the middle of college, so we're really gonna help you stay at Tech. And I was like, thank you. And they're like, is there any other program you would like to do here? And I said the only one that I would really want to do is digital media, because I knew that
Which you
Ryder
knew
was in
nothing
there.
about.
Which I knew nothing about. I knew that they did
Right.
photography, and that was about it. Which I
Yeah,
like photography, so I
what
was
more
like, that
could
sounds
you really
good.
want, though?
Yeah.
The thing about digital media is there's so many things that, I think the best part of the year for me was just digital design, because photography, don't get me wrong, it was fun. We're going outside most of the time, taking pictures
Mhm.
and trying to get all those shots for before a deadline. Like, that's fun. That's like
Yeah.
spider work type shit. But trust me when I say I had the best time doing digital media, because that's when I really got to use Photoshop, learn it, and
Yeah.
Illustrator, and express myself in ways I didn't know how to.
Yeah.
And that was also the best time, because I could just make whatever I wanted and no one would say anything.
Yeah, we did spend a lot of days just doing some random stuff.
Yeah, no,
Making
I would spend
whatever.
my days perusing Spotify for healing frequencies, and you would sit
Yes.
there actually working. And it's not like you were working on something you had to work on. You're working on something just in your own right, which is great because at least you're being productive on something. But I'm sitting there going, man, what are healing frequencies on Spotify?
Yes, that's our next episode.
It is our next episode.
We'll have
We have
all
to
the information on
explain.
it.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes. We have to explain healing frequencies and how if you listen to it, your pancreas will just become healthier
Hey, you
because
never
of
know.
the
I mean,
because of the hurts. It's all spirituality belief though. It's like brainwashing. Listen to this for 9 minutes and you'll be more connected to Buddha. Like that's what it is.
yeah, I don't know. There's something really, really weird about it. You know, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. I've only
Yeah.
done minor research in it, but from what I've seen, I don't know how I feel about it.
From what I've seen, it's just a basic. Oh, this is like a spiritual connectivity thing you're supposed to do, and
Yeah.
I get it. Like that's cool. That's awesome. But
Mhm.
I honestly don't want to participate in listening to the same noise for 9 minutes straight, especially when it sounds
Yeah.
like a
I don't think I want to do that either.
no. I mean, even if it did heal my brain a little bit, I don't think it's worth it.
It's gonna take a lot more than just some healing
Yeah.
frequencies to help me.
Yeah. So coronavirus is making us both skinnier.
Yes.
How are we gonna regain our thick? Like,
Well, as
trust me
soon as
when
those
I
restaurants open, I mean.
well, I went to McDonald's and ate 2 McDoubles yesterday, but I'm still losing weight.
The only thing I get at McDonald's is an iced coffee, and because they are $1.
Well, McDoubles are like two like 15 or 2.75, and like if you buy just a small thing of fries, it's like $3. So
Mm-hmm.
I just bought 2 McDoubles. I said, you know what, I don't want fries, and that was it. And then I got a car wash.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've got a funny story for you. So I actually got Chili's yesterday.
Did you?
I did, and so they bring it out to you, you know. So I was parking, and they have these poles in front of the cars. So you know, I hit the pole, of course.
Oh boy, you hit the pole.
I didn't tell anybody except for my sister. She was in the car with me.
And
But
everyone on the
the
podcast.
car's fine, I'm pretty sure, so we're good. And
Just a scratch.
but I never do this. I got a meal, and I got like the chicken, and I actually got a salad as my side. Yes.
What's the choice options like? Fries
Well, I got
or
loaded
salad?
mashed potatoes too. Don't worry.
Oh well, yeah, they have the best mashed potatoes.
But my other options, there was like fries. There was I don't know. There was some other stuff that looked really good too. But I'm like, you know, I think I'm gonna get a salad, and I actually got a salad.
You are so white.
Hey,
No,
can't.
no, I feel you though because like there are some restaurants where they cook everything in butter and that's not like a lifestyle at all. And even
Yeah.
though I'm a thick boy, I'm a big boy. I try to eat as healthy as I can, even when
Yes.
like I mean I don't like care that much because I'm
Yeah.
not my heart isn't failing, right? My
Right,
kidneys still
right.
work, and I don't think I should really be troubled too much if it's not really bothering me. I have other stuff to focus on, and but I do try to eat healthier when I come to places like those, and I always order like salad with chicken in it and like a hard boiled egg in it, and that's great. And I feel good about that. But then I go home and I'm just so hungry because it's salad. It's not fulfilling. It's
Yes.
lettuce filled with water.
I'm
and-
definitely the opposite. When I go to those places, I avoid anything healthy. I'm like, I'm out to
Really?
eat, and I'm gonna eat this. And like at home, I'm like, okay, I gotta eat healthy. I gotta eat this, whatever. But when I go out, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna eat whatever I want.
Well, I was on a diet for like 4 years because I have pancreatitis, and it was acute pancreatitis when it started, but now it's chronic, and I'm like one of like I'm a very like rare person to have it because there's no like real like rhyme or reason I have it. It's mostly just people drink and they get it, but like I'm a kid, and most kids do not get it at all. It's,
Yeah.
like, less than 2,000, I think,
Wow.
in the U.S., which is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
But I mean that doesn't mean I won the lottery or anything because it sucks. It hurts as bad as birth.
Yeah.
So when people are gonna ask me like, hey, would you? I'm gonna ask women, right? I'm gonna ask them, hey, have you had acute pancreatitis? And if they say yeah, I'm gonna say, have you ever had a kid? And they're gonna say, yeah. And I'm gonna say, what hurts worse? They're obviously gonna say, birth, because what
Uh-huh.
woman doesn't? And then I'm gonna say, okay, but would you want another kid? And they're gonna say, okay, sure. And I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna tell you right now, I would not want another pancreatic attack. Like,
Hmm.
you see the comparison there.
Yeah, I do.
The thing about it is that I was on a diet where I could only eat 10 grams of fat per day for
Mm-hmm.
4 years straight. And believe me when I say I was not sticking to this diet all the time. There were
Yeah.
times when I was weak and needed something other than that. But
Mm-hmm.
believe me when I say I did eat McDonald's for 3 years straight.
Yeah.
So now that and they said like, okay, like the diet is not proven to work,
Mm-hmm.
so just don't care about it anymore. Basically, try to eat
Mm-hmm.
healthy, but it's not really going to affect you in the long run. You're going to get it no matter what you do, and that's
Uh-huh.
scary. But it's also like, oh, well, I can just do what I've been wanting to do for a long time.
Yeah. I guess that is an upside if there is
Yeah,
one.
if there,
Um.
yeah, exactly. If there is a silver lining, that's the one. And now it's like, oh man, I can actually go to McDonald's and eat stuff I wasn't gonna eat before.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's the one thing I'm worried about. I really don't want to get like a pancreatic attack during all this stuff,
Uh-huh.
because if I do, I'm gonna be in a hospital full of people who are sick.
Yes. I I do not I would not want to be sick at this time. I remember when it was just starting that school had got out, and I helped my dad
Mm.
replace our water tank, and it fell and it hit his arm, and like his arm, it looked like his bone had almost popped. It was really bad.
Oh,
So he had to go to the ER for that, obviously. Don't
oh
worry,
no.
it wasn't broken. He was fine. It was just like swollen
Right.
and like out of place
Just
a little
popped
bit.
out of place.
Yeah, but
Oh no.
I I definitely, I mean, that was just a small hospital, so there really wasn't too many people in there or anything. But even still,
Yeah, even still in those places, that's where all the propaganda and stuff starts for that kind of stuff.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, it was crazy because I specifically remember, because my girlfriend has play practice and I
Mhm.
go to that with her sometimes, and there was some kid in the back of the class. It was like the Wednesday right before we all got quarantined.
Uh huh.
It was like this week, and then after that week, there's supposed to be another week of school and then spring break. But we
Mhm.
were being quarantined that week, so that Wednesday night that I was at that play practice, there was just this kid in the back. It was diagnosed that there was 2 people in Michigan that had it,
Uh
and he
huh.
just screamed at the top of his lungs, "It's only 2 people who have it, only 2." And then the next day, it's like, oh, someone hits our area
Uh
with
huh.
it. And if someone is diagnosed in our area with it, that means most people are getting it.
Yeah.
And people don't realize
Definitely.
just because you're not diagnosed does not mean you do not have it.
Uh huh. I remember right before we left, it was about 2 days before they canceled school, and me and Marcus were talking actually, and
Hmm.
at Tech, and he asked me, he's like, "Do you think our schools are gonna shut down?" And I was like, "No, I don't think so," because there was hardly anything. And then the next day, it like exploded. There were cases everywhere. The schools were closing. Like it was our last day. We had to get everything away from Tech.
I felt, I felt extremely bad because it was just like, okay, it was a Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't feeling sick, or I was feeling sick. Like I wasn't feeling great.
Yeah.
Like who is every single day, right? I wasn't feeling great, but I probably could have toughed it out and went to school.
Uh huh.
But honestly, the only thing I really wanted to do was go visit my girlfriend before first hour and then just drive home, and that's what I
Mm-hmm.
did. And
Mm-hmm.
I needed a me day, and I needed to just hang out at
Everyone
home
needs
and
them.
yeah, and I did that. And then the next day I come back, all the after school stuff's canceled. We're not coming back to school for a while. They don't know when,
Yep.
and that's when it kind of hit me that, as far as B Day goes, that probably wasn't the best time to have one.
Yeah. It really happened really suddenly. I feel like it just
It
kind
did.
of no one was really prepared for it.
Well, yeah, but who? The thing is that they're trying to push this like we have some massive control over it.
Yeah.
We don't. It's
Yeah.
a virus. It spreads like the flu. If we
Yep.
did have but that's not saying that we couldn't have done something sooner.
Yeah.
Of course we could have.
Yeah.
They could have enacted a federal law because it was just state by state that was doing it. It wasn't like a
Yep.
federal
Yep. It wasn't
law.
a
It was a
national thing.
recommendation. And then they started, and then they, shut down Michigan a few weeks ago.
Mhm.
But they were just saying, oh yeah, stay inside, stay inside. There was no law telling us to do that, so people did not care if people did not
Uh huh.
listen. And that's a reason we're still spreading. The other
Yeah.
thing is that the CDC is probably not funded too well if this got this far.
Yeah.
One of the things I always think about is like the next presidential debate. You know what? One of the things they're definitely going to be talking about funding the CDC, and the
Mhm.
thing about that is that both sides want that.
Yep.
It's not one side saying, "Oh, this is bad, this is bad." No, they're both
Yep.
going to say that. It's just what are you going to do more
Yep.
to ensure
How are
that
you
this
gonna
doesn't
do
happen
this?
again? Because this has never happened, and you can say this is like the AIDS outbreak. AIDS was not spread through the air.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is completely different. This is literally just like that movie Contagion, but it is very, very not as bad as Contagion.
Yeah.
And Contagion, for those of you who've never watched Contagion, it is spread like the flu, but they get it and within like 4 hours they seize until they die. That's how it works in Contagion. So when this virus came out, what do you think was the first movie people were requesting on Netflix?
Uh huh.
Contagion, and they want to watch it just so they can, I don't know, scare themselves.
Yeah. I have not personally watched it, and I really don't plan on it.
Don't. Not right now. Do it
Especially
like
right
2 years
now.
later.
Um, I feel like right now it's a really unknown time for a lot of people, and I feel like a lot of people are really the anxiety's rising. Everybody's just kind of in like a state of I don't know what I'm doing, where I'm going, what's gonna happen. That inevitable,
Right.
like I don't know what's gonna happen next.
Yeah. If you really think about it, though, that is literally the life we live.
Yeah.
Although people don't realize it, like you can plan for college, you can plan for whatever. You are a good example because you didn't go through with nursing. You finished the
Yep.
first year and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go into digital media.
Yes.
Like,
The related field right there.
yeah, but the only thing that people can agree on here is that yes, it's scary, but life is scary, and as
Yeah.
long as I think honestly, I think if people are smart about this and treat it like you need to respect this virus because
Yeah.
if you don't, you're gonna get cocky and you're gonna get it. Like if you are going to Walmart every day, don't.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
every once in a while, get supplies for your family, and be the man or woman you gotta be. But as soon as you get home, wash your clothes, drink some hot liquid, whatever you gotta do. And I mean, I know, like, I run, because in our place, we have, like, a local rationing place that hands out food
Mhm.
to help families.
Yeah.
And I go to them for my family. I go
Mhm.
to every one like every Monday and Friday, and I think that's a good thing that I'll be able to say when this is all over is that every Monday and Friday I went and got food for my family.
Yeah, that definitely.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of
and
people aren't taking this as seriously as they should. They're like,
no,
"Oh, I'm not gonna get it. Oh, it's not gonna happen to me. No one I know is gonna get sick. I'm not gonna spread it."
we are social beings.
Yep.
We are social beings, and it is in our need to socialize.
Yeah.
I can guarantee reasons people are watching this podcast is probably just to hear some people's voices.
Yeah.
Like, it's as simple as that. And there are people who are sitting at home, like me, like yourself, who are doing their part as Americans. And, good on you. Good on you for staying home. But
Yes.
there are also people who are leaving their house. And you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I literally drove to go see my girlfriend, but believe me when I say I did not step out of my car. I literally rolled my window down, and she was 6 feet apart from me, and I
Uh-huh.
spoke to her for like 10 minutes, and then I left.
Yeah,
Like,
my
just do your
sister
part.
and I have been driving just down back roads and stuff just to get out. We haven't
Yeah.
been going anywhere where there are people or anything like that, but just to
Do what
get
you
out
gotta
and
do.
hear.
Cause I literally sat in my house for a full week, and then I was like, yeah, I need to get out. It doesn't need to be at the movie theater. It doesn't need to be at the mall, but it needs to be out.
Uh-huh.
So I went to the beach where nobody is.
Yep.
Didn't touch any surfaces. Just kind of walked down the beach. picking up seashells,
Yep.
pocketing rocks I can paint because I want to take that up.
Yes. Good
And
hobby.
like, yeah, and even like hobbies. Like right now is the perfect time to be improving your house, yourself, your skills,
Yes.
your relations with your family or your girlfriend
Definitely.
or
All
your
this
wife,
free
whatever.
time.
You have all this time in the world, all this rainy day time that you are not gonna. You hopefully will not get another chance at this.
Yes.
I hope we can go back to good old America, even though yeah, it has its own issues. This is
Yeah.
worse. I want to say.
Definitely. Definitely. What kind of activities are you doing to better yourself during this quarantine?
I'm trying to work on. I'm trying to work on like eating. I
Uh huh.
think. I mean, I should. In my own respect, I'm not eating as much as I should,
Uh huh.
and that's just because for one I get like food anxiety. I don't like grabbing food in front of people. I don't like eating in front of people, and if it's not the appropriate amount, I will
Uh huh.
not grab more than I need to.
Uh
So
huh.
usually, when everyone's done with food, I will literally just go get leftovers
Uh huh.
because that's how I am.
Uh huh.
But the thing about all that is that like when I'm at a friend's house or whatever, I just starve. But now that I'm home all the time,
Yeah.
I literally just sit here and I'm trying to, focus on that. I'm trying to improve that. I don't know how well I'm doing. I need to be eating more. I'm not eating as much.
Mhm.
I don't even think it's about eating more, or eating less. I think it's just about eating healthier
Yeah.
and the normal amount
Yeah. Eating
because
enough.
yeah, because people always say, okay, you should eat 5 small meals a day to keep your blood sugar up, and that'll raise your metabolism.
Uh huh.
And this is the perfect time to do that because you're not going to be at school when you're supposed to be having your 10:30 meal. You
Yeah.
know.
Yep. It's not like you can just pull out food whenever when
Yeah,
you're at
and
school.
I literally went to school with someone who had the most food in her backpack. I think her backpack was 80% food and 20% work. She
Wow.
she would pull out a box of Captain Crunch every time we were in fifth hour. And I would always like I remember joking with her. I was like, "Do you have burgers?" And she looked in her bag, looked back at me and said, "What kind?" That's
What do
like
you
one of
want out of
the
here? What do you
yeah,
want
what
to
do you
take?
want? She didn't charge me or anything. She was just passing me Cliff bars.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
Yeah. The other thing, well, because one thing that people definitely aren't improving on right now, and I know that because it's my whole family. It's not even just me, and it's other
Uh-huh.
people's families too. It's sleep schedules. They're getting
Yes.
worse.
Yes.
We were supposed to record this yesterday, but I decided to bail and go to bed early.
I was
So we're
so
doing it today.
tired. I was so tired too. It's not
Yeah.
just you.
Well, if it was the other way around, I would have been the same way about it. I was more worried that you were gonna be mad at me.
Definitely not. Me and my
Yeah.
sister are fixing up our basement. Um, so it's taken a lot out of me those last couple days.
Are you guys like moving stuff around and like gonna paint it, or what are you doing
Yeah,
to it?
we're actually both gonna move down there,
Oh,
and yeah.
are you gonna be living with your sister? Or are you gonna put like a divider?
We're gonna be like living in the same area, but we have like our own stuff.
Okay, so
So,
like, yeah, I can vibe with that, but like, I don't know if I could really do that with any of my siblings. I have an older brother who's a doctor. He's like
uh huh.
20 something. I don't know, 20 like 5, 4, and I have a sister who's like a year below me.
Mhm.
And if it was with my brother, whatever. If it was with my sister, no.
Yeah, me and my
My brother
sister are
moved
pretty
out.
close, and we have like the same
Yeah.
friends and
Well,
stuff.
you
So
both
we're
seem like
okay.
it, and you both look the exact same, and you sound the same over phone. And
Yeah,
it's really in person when you kind of, take the differences. I mean, I can tell you two apart, obviously, but most
yeah.
people probably couldn't.
I know. I've gotten asked if we're twins many times.
I mean, I asked that question at one point, like right at the beginning when I met you. I was like, so that's your sister? Are you guys twins?" You're
Yeah.
like, "No." How old is
No,
she?
we're
Is she just
not.
like a year or two below you?
She's just over a year younger than I am,
Okay.
so we were pretty close in age.
Okay. Yeah, that's very rare that, like, because I'm the same with my sister, but I don't know. Maybe it's just household, or maybe it's just how similar we are.
Uh huh.
I mean, for instance, you and your sister look very similar,
Yeah.
and sound similar, so I'm guessing you guys did a lot of stuff when you were younger together.
Yes.
I I'm a thick boy. My sister is a skinny cheerleader.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, I see the
So you can kind of
opposite.
see where the line is there. There's a line in the sand that we both draw, and the only game we're both really good at is who can piss each other off the best.
Hmm.
But you and your sister seem like you guys got good chemistry and all that.
Yeah, well, when you live in the middle of the country, in the middle of nowhere, you have no friends out here. And we went to a charter school in by Port Huron when we were younger. So literally no
Mm-hmm.
friends over here. So we kind of had to be friends.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, and that's the thing with like twins as well, and it's not even just twins; it's just siblings and cousins and stuff. Who do you
Hmm.
go to immediately? Your family. I mean, what other group could you really associate with?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was in private school, and I didn't get thrown out, right? You don't get
Uh-huh.
thrown out of private like Catholic school. But I transferred to public school because I was just seemed like I was going to be better there, and I did. My grades went up higher, and
Uh-huh.
I was a social butterfly, and I really came out as a person.
Yeah, I
And
definitely would take public school
yeah,
over the charter school that I was at.
yeah, and I mean, thank God that my neighbor was in that class because I would have been antisocial for I can almost guarantee I wouldn't have talked to anyone for the next like
Hmm.
3 months. But my neighbor who's lived down the street from me for like at that point it was like 4 years.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like I knew him and he knew everyone else, so more power to me.
Yeah, there you go. That's your way in.
I think people have an issue with getting away in, especially like I think people always use a crutch to blame themselves
Uh-huh.
on things, and that sucks. And for me, it was my weight. I
Hmm.
was like, oh, I can't get a girlfriend because I'm too fat.
Yeah, I
And now I
definitely
have one,
have
and now
that
I don't
same
have an
problem.
excuse for that. And people realize that like there's more to it than that,
Yeah.
and no matter when you realize it, you're never too young, you're never too old to realize that. But
Yeah.
I think when people start to just like realize that hey, this one insecurity, no matter how big or how small you think it is, you can overcome that. There are people who
Yes.
are gonna see you for who you really are. It might take a while, but you'll find them.
Yes. And it's most likely that the things that you're very focused on no one else even notices. Or if they
Right.
do, they don't care or it's not like an issue to them. It's just an issue to you.
Yeah. Because I remember frantically panicking because I was about to take a gym class in public school,
Uh-huh.
and I hated gym in private school, and that was like in private school there's maybe like 20 kids in my class. In public school there's like 80.
Yeah.
So imagine me, a tubby kid, being like, "Oh, I don't want to run every day." I mean, I
Mhm.
took band in middle school. For the first year, I took band just to get out of gym because I didn't really have a real interest in band. I thought it was I thought it sounded cool,
Uh-huh.
right? And then the second year, I had the choice to switch to art or band. I stuck with band because I was good at it and I thought I was
Mhm.
getting better. But at the end of eighth grade, or at the beginning of eighth grade, I switched to art, and I didn't have to go to gym. I didn't go to gym until freshman year, and at that point, I was like, you know what? I don't want to sit uh, in high school waiting around to get my phys ed credit. I want to get it done
Yeah.
and over with right now.
Well,
And not only that, I took two classes. I didn't even need to take the other one.
in I had gym 2 years of middle school.
Hmm.
It was horrible. Don't recommend
Yeah,
it. Um
if you can
unless you're
help
very
it.
athletic and you really like gym, then go ahead.
If you
But
can help it, because
yeah.
there's some schools that enforce it, and it's a
Well,
requirement. But
I could have done band, but for some reason I did not.
did you just you just not even? Sorry, I voice cracked. Did you like not have an interest in it?
I don't know. I really should have because I love music, but for some reason I just did not take it.
You
And
can love music and not like band.
I, yeah, I don't really know why I didn't take it, and I should have because it would have got me out of gym twice. But and then when I got to high school, I had no gym at all because I played tennis all of my years there. So
I didn't know that.
yes,
Were you thick at that point, or were you like blossoming?
Oh no, I've been thick since um
since
elementary school.
since forever. Since forever.
Yes, there is no
I
blossoming.
I started eating Cheez-Its when I was like 7, and then that was it.
Yes, I
For real.
I can like looking through my elementary pictures. That's when it started.
I went to private school, and towards the end of private school, I was getting a little bit tubbier. But
Uh huh.
like most people that knew me from like first grade to fifth grade, or first grade to fourth grade, I mean, um, knew I was a skinnier guy.
Uh huh.
And then I don't see them until high school, like so many years later, since fourth grade, like 7 years later.
Uh
And
huh.
then I see them, and they're like, "Man, you got big," and it's like, "Yeah,
Well
I
then,
did."
you didn't need to point it out,
I don't
but
take it as an offense anymore. It's look, you are or you aren't, and I'm not obese, but I'm not skinny, and that's no
yes,
secret.
yes, exactly, exactly.
I don't think, again, I don't think like people should like try to hide it, and it's not like it's affecting my health in any way, shape, or form, other than I can't run, but
Yeah,
I don't think it's
that's
a
my
basic
biggest problem.
necessity right now with everything going on. It's not my main concern.
Yeah, definitely more stuff at the top of my list than not being able to run.
You gotta factor in other things like, are you working? Are you getting paid right now? Are you providing for your family and who you love? Are you being productive every day? It's just stuff like that, and you shouldn't
Uh huh.
focus on the small stuff, because if you do, you're just gonna not get over it for so long, to the point where it's just
Yes.
a constant reminder of, oh, I can't do anything because of this small insecurity. No, you can do
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Yeah. It
Of
shouldn't
course, there's
stand in your way.
there's always gonna be people who will make fun of you for that little thing, and maybe they don't realize that, like, you know it hurts you so bad.
Uh huh.
But that those people are always gonna be there, and it's, I hate to say it, but there's like no parading around it. You gotta learn to roll with the punches, and maybe even send some back if that's how you deal with that kind
Yeah.
of thing.
That's what you
That's what
need
I
to
do.
do.
That's what I do.
There you
When
go.
people start like, there you go. When people start like talking about me being big, I'll just say some stupid stuff back that I'll just think of on the spot, because that's where I've gotten my comedy from.
Uh huh.
It's just from like getting insults
Uh huh.
and then throwing it right back at them, and then they don't know what to say, and then that's just where it comes from. That's why I
Yeah.
could never
Throw them off
write a
guard.
stand up. I could never write a show or a stand up comedy. We don't even write these out. These are like,
Nope.
we have like a basic idea of what we want to do, and we stem into other things,
Yep. We just go from
because
wherever we're at.
that's who we are. We're not scripted people. Like,
Nope.
it's just who we are.
Yes. And if we did
Yeah.
have a straight, what was that?
You're fine.
If we did have a script, we probably wouldn't follow it very well.
No, I would be off the rails. You've seen how I do projects.
Yes.
I will have
Yes.
I mean, they do turn out great. I think my
Mhm.
last one was a little dry, and maybe it was a little too controversial. But honestly, I think I just like, I get so excited about it, I forget like one or two details I really wish I would have talked about.
Uh huh.
And that sucks, but at the end of the day, you're going to regret stuff no matter what you do.
Your projects, you can definitely tell that you put a lot of time into them and a lot of thought behind them.
There are some that I'll just think of on a whim, write it down, and then save it for a rainy day.
Mhm.
And there's other ones where I'll just not have anything planned, and then everyone will like it.
Uh huh.
Still. Excuse me.
Love
And I
those
hate,
radio
I'm
shows.
really gonna hate if our teacher's listening to this, because then she's gonna be like, maybe he didn't spend so much time on that one video he showed us.
Maybe, maybe
There
he
was
doesn't
seriously
care
one
as much as I
time,
thought.
it was second hour, because we have first, second, third hour, or period, wherever you're from,
Uh huh.
and then we take a bus to go to our tech school. And I was in second hour, and I was literally scrolling through my liked videos on my YouTube channel to find something to watch.
Mhm.
Something that didn't swear, something that related to digital media technology, and something that, we both liked, or we all liked.
Uh huh.
And for me, that was the To This Day poem by, I don't know his name, but It's a really good poem. It's good video too.
Uh-huh.
Visually definitely helped that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, what do we want to talk about next time?
Well, we definitely gotta go more in depth on those healing frequencies.
Healing frequencies. Let's talk about the brain one, and then. Okay, so here's our homework. We gotta go listen to the healing frequencies.
Uh-huh.
And if we feel any smarter,
All right.
or more smart, as the correct pronunciation is, then we'll report and say it's good.
Yep. We'll test it ourselves.
I'm gonna read up on it, and I will let everyone know.
Yes. We will give our own review.
Yeah,
Thiccs
our
and
own
Giggles
review
on
healing frequencies. Honestly, I feel like you should just listen to them all at once.
Yeah, can't it all just work at once?
Because then your body will just feel like you're going into maximum overdrive all the time.
Or maybe it'd just be too much of an overload and you'd just shut down. Who knows?
And maybe that might even be a faster way to escape all this quarantine stuff, is just sleep through all of it.
Yeah. Frequencies.
Honestly, if I had the power, if I could have any superpower, I've debated this over and over. It wouldn't be to fly. It wouldn't be to be invisible. It would be the power to control my sleep to the point where I don't need it, but I can use it to wait out things.
That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah. Because I want to wait when all this quarantine stuff's over. I would just sleep like a bear for like 3 months.
Yes. Wake
or
up in the
whenever
middle of
this is
summer.
over.
Where am I? What day is
pretty
it?
much. Yeah. But I would want it to be like exact time when I want to wake up.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Set a special clock and then it'll go off at exactly.
What would it be tied to? Where's the clock at?
Good question.
Is it like a... It's like a jumper cable connected to my brain?
Ooh. Yes, so it goes off inside your head. You are the clock. You are the clock.
It's like a cochlear implant, but like it just controls time, and it looks like a bomb because it has like a it has like a time on it.
Maybe we'll start inventing things, and that's what we'll invent.
We'll invent mid podcast.
Ooh.
And although you guys won't be able to see it, I'll be sure to put in sound effects so it actually sounds like we're doing stuff when we'll just be sitting here eating food.
We can make a clock hat. First.
And on that note, we are gonna end this.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, this was fun. I like this.
Yes, so did I.
Very much, very much.
Yes.
So we gotta work on our DJ names.
Yes. Oh, who am I gonna be next time?
You're gonna be Thicklow.
Thicklow. Yes. Bring him back.
Remember,
Thicklow.
we did that project and you were supposed to say Thicklow, and you said I'm Diplo. And then like 5 seconds later, no, you said I'm Diplo. 5 seconds later, you said, "Oh no, I'm Thicklow," and then you started laughing.
Yes. Sorry, Diplo. I didn't mean to take your name.
Diplo, we love you.
We love you.
We don't know you, but we love you.
Yes. That's why we're going off of your name. We're putting a spin on it.
I love Genius. It's my favorite LSD song.
Oh, yes.
I like the Lil Wayne version better.
I don't know. I like both. I
They're
love
both
all
good.
the songs on there, really. All of them. They're just great.
All right. Well, thanks you guys for listening. Whoever
you.
listened, whoever actually listened through this whole thing, you're a champ. We love you.
Yeah, really. I mean, hear us rambling on for this long.
Hopefully,
45 minutes.
Yeah, hopefully you felt a little less lonely. I think my whole goal through this is just to kind of convince people that, insecurities aren't going to define you. And to prove it, here we are making a body positivity podcast where we can talk about being thick and we can talk about coronavirus at the same time.
Yes, all in one.
It's not going to be all focused on, like, body positivity, but there's going to be some parts. And if you're skinny, stick around, because we're also going to have skinny guests on. All right. See you guys next time.